There's plenty still going on. The train stands are open, the fairground will be going. Plenty of food stalls if you're going to have
a bit feeling before they do get going. One thing David didn't mention, but you said it's expensive to make for a low loader. Any work you do on the engine is very expensive as well. They are tested every year for their boilers, and the boiler inspector comes along and says everything's okay. It comes back to sitting in steam, just in the winter. Usually done in the winter when you've got the water drain down, and you can take various plates from that off the boiler and look inside. And if everything's well, we put all the plates back, and then he comes to sitting in steam and gives you your certificate, and you're okay for another year. But occasionally, of course, something is wrong. Now, there's two big enemies always, water and metal. Metal and water do never get on. Just really well set up workshop. You've got to send it away to specialist boiler repairers. While you've got it away, you might as well refurbish all the rest of the bits of the engine. And all this costs an awful lot of money. And if these people that you see in the arena today with these engines, if they didn't dig deep into their pockets, we wouldn't have inventions like this. These engines would have been cut up to scratch. And I always think it's a great credit to all the owners and drivers who look after these engines. They all deserve their praise for the work they do. Because if they didn't do it, spend their money, we wouldn't have them.
Well, that's true. I got a note from chatting to a friend of mine here who owns an engine in conjunction with my son. They've just kind of put a new valve on. There's one of the smaller engines. If it's on the field, you have one of the smaller engines. That you see on an advanced roller. But even so, it's all in bits, and they just had to take the firebox out and everything else. Anyway, they've just bought the rivets for it to put back together. Just the rivets for the firebox and the throw plate and that to put the engine back together. And he's just told me there were 2 bags of those and they cost £1,900. That's just the rivets. So that bears out what you just said.
That's just a small amount of the money if you were doing a major boiler or not stuck in the big sea.
Right, so they're going to set off now. If you give us a blast on the whistles, ladies and gentlemen, before you go out, that'll be great. What we're looking at here is not a steam engines, but engineering history. Yeah, as I was saying, it's engineering and farming history, and he's set up all the sound systems. So special thank you to Brian for doing that for us.
Thank you, and everyone. Again, have a safe journey home. And we're back here tomorrow if you want to come back. We won't stop you.
Thank you.